Okay. What's up, everyone? Is there anyone who's watching? Three concurrent viewers. Hey, do you mind sending a hi in the chat? That will be really great. Today, uh, as the title suggests, I'll be building uh, basically a chat application. But it's going to be a secret chat application in that no one will store anything as soon as you close the tab. um, all the messages are gone. No message hits any database, so nothing is saved. um, so basically it's just going to be a connection which sends a message directly to the person without involving anything else, although we will have a server and technically we can save that chat, but let's just do that at a later time. Okay, so I was trying to do something, and as you can see, I already have two tabs open. I've closed one. So let's just create a new project first. Oops. PostgreSQL. So while this is building, let's just you know why doesn't anyone send a message over here? I'm just waiting for somebody to respond. Can you guys hear me? Is it audible? Is it horrible? Damn, no one's responding. But anyway, so yeah, in the time that it is building, let's open the damn thing in our Sublime Text. So as you can see, it's a very straightforward normal Rails application. I just hope it has built, so I can now go ahead and start the server. One thing that I really like to do always is basically use HAML instead of the default HTML generator, because HAML is just easier. So I believe it is HAML Rails, the gem name, but I have to be sure. So yep, it's HAML Rails. Okay, already oh, right. OBS is running on port 3000, so we'll use Rails port 4000, and it will not start because I haven't done bundle. So now it will install the bundle, this thing, and then we can start basically. Good. Now we can start this thing. Did it? Yep, it's starting. And in the meanwhile, I can run the Webpack server over here and open another tab, a fresh new tab. Now one thing that we need to do is convert the application file to basically HAML as well, so that everything we have right now will be in HAML. So as you can see, this is the application ERB file that was generated, and we converted it to HAML. All right, so far so good. Is the server running at port 4000? Sorry for all the noise. you know Hi Harris. Hi Subodh, what's up? The FeChat database does not exist, so let's just create the database. I always forget this tab. So yeah, the database has been created, and voila, this thing is up and running. So let's just let me just explain how the application will be. Once you open the page, there will be two options: either to start a new chat, or join an old chat. And you should basically have this option to enter your own name. Once you join or start a new chat, the chat window opens. there will be like a bunch of messages that are shown, and after that uh, you have like a small box where you can enter your message and press enter or submit the message or whatever, and the message goes to the whole group. If you join the chat late, you don't get access to the old chats. uh, if you close the tab, you lose all the chat access. So I hope this was pretty clear. So the first thing that we need to do is basically create a controller. So I'll go Rails generate controller. I'll call these rooms, yep, index and then show. So there are two types of controllers that I'll use. Index, where you can actually go and create a new chat and create a new room, sorry, and show, where basically once you join the room, this is what the controller should render, and boom. So we already have these things. I'll just remove the ERB file. So we have like a bunch of things already route out and running. So we go to the routes, and in the index we'll be like route to rooms index. So now once I refresh this page, voila, it says rooms index find me in blah blah blah. So this is the rooms index. So one thing about HTML, how it's different from HTML, is basically you just need to mention the tag name and then the content, and using this you can just tell what are the classes and what are the attributes. Or for classes and IDs, you can just use like this for class and this for ID. So hash for ID, dot for class, and this is how basically HTML works. So it makes for a very quick prototyping information, prototyping process. So yeah, this is what it is right now. One thing I always forget is to install my favorite library, Bootstrap, jQuery, popper.js. This is something that I always forget, so just let me search for it. Rails 6, install Bootstrap using yarn, and I think I had used the same one in my last video as well. Should really, yep, that is it. And import Bootstrap, that is what I have to do in the application.js file. So I've imported Bootstrap, but this is not the styling, this is just the functionality of Bootstrap. Sorry, there's a lot of noise. I think I should styles. Here I'll create a new application.css.scss file, and what I need to do is basically open the shortener from last time, and copy the code whatever I had written. Okay, this is what I need to write here, and in the packs I just need to require this. Actually I'll require Bootstrap as well. So in the packs, instead of importing Bootstrap, I'll require it. And if everything is fine, it didn't change. Why? Because I added something. I had to restart the Webpack server, and it's still giving me some error. So I'll just do string stop. Hi Maya, hi Hitesh, what's up? Okay. So something is definitely not working. So let me just kill some shit. Oops. Kill -9. So kill -9 basically just kills it. Operation not permit, because this is not an administrator account, and now this will take a lot of time. So I'll start my own webpack server. In the meanwhile, the project is running at 335. Compiled successfully, and lo and behold, this is Bootstrap. So we finally have Bootstrap up and running, and I think I lost a few viewers because of that. Sorry guys. But anyway, how long? Anyway. So now I'll create a container fluid, or do I need a fluid? I don't need a fluid. Then I'll create a row and a column 6, and do I need to, how do I center it? I need offset of 3, so offset 3, that should do. And for that I'll just write something so that I can see that yeah, it is in column 3. Just to make sure, I'll just do some more hackery shit. Okay, fine. I think this is good enough. So 2 things I need to add over here. One is either you have a button to create a form, create a room, or you have a button to basically join a room. So let's do one thing. Let's add the first button to create a new room. I'm stuck now because I need a form, not what, with. So URL for this will be basically where should I post it? So I should have required another this thing, but fine, another route, sorry. So I'll post it to rooms. Okay. And in the routes I need a post which is rooms, and this will basically be going to rooms create, and in the rooms controller I'll add a new method called create. We'll fill in this later. So we have this rooms and a form, and I don't need an end because this is YAML. So yeah, so the method will be post. Now I'll just write f dot label, and the label will say a text. The text will be create a new room, and let's see if it renders something. It says create a new room. One thing is that we need like some padding from the top, so okay, my bad. Yep. Can I do this again though? Actually, why do I need to do that? And nothing happened. Okay. My bad. Okay. So now we have a create new room, and we can just do what? I think at this point we should ask for the user's username that they want. So we can be like f dot input text, oh sorry, text input, or input text. Let's see, something or the other will go wrong. Text field, same mistake. Now since this is a bootstrap, what I can do is I don't need a label over there. I can just use this, and here I can have a placeholder which will be like enter your name. I can just make this form group, and here I'll give the class form control. Nice. And here I'll have a submit button with the text be like create room, and the class will be btn success create room. Nice. So once you enter your name over here, what should happen technically is we go and create a room. So once you actually enter your text, what will happen is that we will get in this show method, in this create method, and from here we need to basically redirect to a room basically. So because we are not allowing users to set a room name, so what we need to do is basically create a random room name, and then put them into that room. So to create a random room name, what I can do is I can use alphanumeric from the secure random, and I can give a length of, let's say, 10. So it's a big enough string. So all I need to do is basically now get this room ID, and then redirect to what? Basically a room, right? So one thing is that I can do is, just to simplify all this, I can just make it resources rooms, and only create only only create and show, redirect to rooms URL with the ID being room ID, and let's just see if this works. I'll enter some name, and it says get room does not exist. Why? Because I don't know why. Oops. कोई न बिना कहीं गूंजा, कहा दिल में तू आई. Basically we want this to redirect to this. Why is it not redirecting is a big question for me right now. Maybe because I have used resources, only create and show. So let me just check my routes. Okay, my bad, it's a room URL, not a rooms URL. So enter your name, and it gave a like a unique room as well. I can just do again, give a different room, and so on and so forth. I can just add index just for my sanity, but yeah, this is how basically it works right now. So the next thing that we do is, once the show renders, we need to make sure that our server, like our user connects to the chat part of the server, which is basically using something called WebSockets. So what WebSockets do is, once you create a connection, they let you send and receive messages from and to the server without any requests. I mean, there are requests, but not like HTTP requests, which are like bulky. So to do that, what I'll do is I'll just search for how to Rails create. Oh, this is called action cable. So let's just go to the guides. Oops. So there is no method that is mentioned in guides, simply because I don't know. So what I'll do is because I remember this, actually I don't remember this, so I'll have to go through an article. Blah 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 blah. Got it? Yes. Okay. There is nothing like that over here as well. So talking to action cable without Rails. Okay, this is not what I'm looking for again. Action cable. Rails generate scaffold. Rails generate channel. Channel is what it is called. Channel. So what is the channel name that I want? Do I want rooms, or will that be confusing because I already have a controller called rooms? I shouldn't call it rooms. Then what should I call? Chat channel. So it has created like a chat channel, and it has created a chat channel JS that I'll look into now. So the chat channel JS should be here. Yep, and it is there. So what it does is it creates like a chat channel over here, and it has also done another thing, which is added this. So now what happens is, if I go and do this, basically refresh my server, it said chat channel is transmitting the subscription confirmation. Okay, I don't know what that text exactly means, but one thing that I can do is I can just be like stream from some channel, and I can just call this room or rooms, or let's just call it chat. Let's just call it chat for now. Yeah, so now it says chat channel is streaming from chat. So one thing is, at this point we will be able to basically receive a message from this chat channel. So what I can do is I can just add some console logs just to see that what's happening. This is connected, and then this is disconnected, and this is received data, and at this point it just says connected, right? So this is how this thing is working. So this is how this thing works right now. It connects to the server, and then now it's waiting for a server to send message, or it needs to send message to the server. So one thing is, we only need to do this if we are basically in this room something. Otherwise we don't need to do that. So how do we identify that that we are in that rooms page and not somewhere else? So one simple trick that I use over here is, I check for whether we have some specific ID or some element present, and only then we connect. So here that element that I will check for will be basically chat message page, and this is an ID. So basically what I've done is I've set a chat message page ID. Like I've created a div whose ID is chat message page. So now all I need to do is document dot get element by ID. Yep, that is the thing, and I couldn't paste it. Why? allow pasting. What type? Allow pasting below. Allow pasting. Firefox document dot get element by id. Now the whole thing is not id, this is the only id. When I do this, it says null. So here what we will do is we'll call we'll add, basically get an element which will be like should connect, and now it will be like if should connect then we connect, otherwise we don't. So now you can see that that connected thing does not come here, but when I open a different room it still does not come. Now why did that happen? Okay, it says, yeah, let's just console something over here. Okay, it does not. And if I go to else console.log, no it says no. Why? I don't know. Let's just see what happens here. It's null. Interestingly, it is null, although chat message page exists. Wow. Why is it null? Because another thing that we need to realize is that this thing, like this is JavaScript which loads before the HTML. So now we need to basically wait for the HTML page to first load and then check for the element, and only then if it is present, then basically do some things. Now one thing about Rails is that it loads turbo links by default, and turbo links has a different method for checking whether the page has loaded or not. So to do that, just open this turbo links full list of events, and here you will find this. So very simple thing, you just have to be like document dot add event listener, and just in the event listener, I got it. We will move all this. And now you can see that it says connected on this page, and in this page it does not connect. So we can remove these fucking logs, and I can have this consumer is already taken, so I can just call it chat, and I'll call it window.chat for now, so that we can experiment with this on the console. All right, so if I refresh, do I have this object with me? No. If I create a new room, do I have this object with me? Yes. All right. So now can I do something with this object, is the biggest question. What are the methods that I have? And as you can see, there are not many. So one thing that I can do is create a new method here, which basically does send message. Let's just not take anything right now, although technically it should take a message over here. So here, instead of, now this is a Rails specific thing, wherein we can send data using just this thing called perform, and it sends the data to the server, and it performs a specific method on the channel. So the specific method that I want to perform is send message. No, not send message. Chat. And I need to basically then come here and create this chat, and I can just add logs here, which will be like star times 50, copy, paste, and I can like chat received. Okay, so we do we have a window.chat? We have. Do we have a send message? We do. Do I have eyes on this? I do. Chat received. So nothing happened, like there was no page reload or anything. We just made a WebSocket connection and we've sent a message to that WebSocket. The other tricky part is receiving the message from the WebSocket. Now how does that happen? So Rails gives us this action cable, basically gives us this method basically, which you can call, which is action cable.server.broadcast. Then we enter the channel name, and do we want to give some data. So I can just copy this, and here I can be like broadcast to this chat. Later on we can play with this, but right now let's just broadcast to chat and send some message back. Message received. Okay, so what should happen is this received should be called with the data, and let's just test this out. Can I do this again? I will, and it says chat received, but did it receive a message? Did it send a message back? We don't know that. And why don't we know? Because Firefox can't establish connection to the server because the server was killed and restarted. Hi Chetan, what's up? आज तो बहुत सारे लोग आ गए यार. Okay, we have a chat server which is running now. We are able to send messages to the chat server as well. Send message, and we received a message from the server as well, which is saying message received. Instead of message received, let's just call this Chetan is the last guy. So Chetan, I'm sending you a message back. Chat app banao. Okay, it still says message received because it takes a little time for action cable to reload shit, but now for the moment of truth, when I press enter, what should happen is I should get a message pop up which would say received and then comma hi Chetan or something like that. Hello Chetan. What did I say? Use करना है. Okay, so we are receiving a message from the server and we are able to send the message to the server. Now let's just take a step back and actually, why take a step back? I can just add this message, whatever message we receive, to this thing. Like, why not? Right? So whatever message we receive will be data.msg. Now what we need to do is find this. We don't even need to, actually we need to get this element by ID. Now this is where single page applications shine, in those you already have all the logic, all the custom rendering logic in your JavaScript, so you just need to give them the data and they just create everything for you. but here we have to do it all things, we have to do all the things by our hand. So this is the chat container actually, and now that we have a chat container, I'll just do a very bad thing which will be like inner HTML plus equals. Just don't do this if if you are doing something on production, but this is just for showing. So not MSD, MSG, not Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Now what should happen is when I press enter, a message should appear on the screen, and it did not, it failed. Why did it fail? MSD is not defined, obviously. Obviously. Hello Chetan, can you see yourself, Chetan? Again, 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 again. So now that we have random message being shown, whatever message basically we sent, instead of this, the next thing that we do is we should get an object over here, and in that object we should have actually let's just inspect this object, whatever object this is. We will be like obj and puts another thing which is obj, I will send everything in MSG. So what will happen now is I'll have an MSG over here, and here I'll send an object which will be like MSG so that we can basically enter whatever value that we want, and this thing comes up. So it sent undefined message. I need to actually restart the server, but the message that we are getting is MSG, this thing, and hello Chetan is what we are sending back. So instead of sending back hello Chetan, what we need to send back is an object from this message. Now we should get an MSG back there. So whatever text we enter over here should show up, and it will not show up because obviously this thing takes time. So easier would be for me to restart the server. Hello Chetan again, hello Gaurav, hello Subodh, hello everyone. So now we have basically a way for us to enter message over here and see that message over there, and let's see if it works in a different this thing as well. So here what I'll do is I can be like, this is tab 2, and I have a message same here, and I can be like, but this is tab 1, and I have a message here and I also have a message there. So we have a very primitive chat application which we can right now use with JavaScript if we want, but what fun, there's no fun in that. So I will not be needing any more logs from the server, I think so. I can't be sure, but yeah. So one thing that is that we were sending to the create was our name. So one thing that we can do over here is enter our name as well. So to get the name, the params name object is used, and this is how we get our name. I don't know. So let's say if I enter my name as Shobit over here, in the params I should see Shobit. So the params that were sent to the post were name Shobit. So now that I have a name, what I can do is I can create a cookie out of this, um, and then use that cookie basically for whatever we want. Now, one thing that I forgot is how to set a cookie in Rails. So I'll have to search for that. Okay, cookie value blah blah blah. Not so difficult. And in the show, what I'll do is I'll just be like, find out the name, and in the show I can just be like %p hello name. Now it says undefined method cookie, although we were just looking at this and I realized it's cookies, not cookie. So let me just set a cookie, a name first. So to set a name, I'll be like Shobit, and it says this thing, and now it has set my name hello Shobit, 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 hello Shobit. Yep. And another thing that we can see over here is it just takes the same thing everywhere. If I create a new private window in Safari, let's say, and paste it, it will not say hello Shobit, it will just be say hello because it doesn't have a value. And if I go and give this name Shobit 2 and I go back to the same room, it says hello Shobit 2. Very good. Now that we have a name, let's just identify this user through a name, whether who this user was, how do I figure out who this user is. So I'll go back to the guide for action cable, because there's a specific method that we need to call to identify this user. And identified by, this is how that method is called in the connection class. So I'll go to the connection.rb and I'll be like identified by current user. And in current user, we basically copy this till here. We have whatever, but instead of an encrypted cookie, because you know it's not the safest chat application that we have, I can just call this name, and I actually don't even need to call a method. I can just do this here. I mean, if someone is impersonating someone else, that's okay, fine by me. So now I have a current user over here, and what I can do is current user, yeah. So what I can do is then basically call this current user in the subscribed or whatever and just give up basically like who is sending this message kind of a vibe. I can just be like user, current user. So the current user is sending this message, and we should get this in the received data. But for that to happen, I need to restart the server. Yep. Now that I restart the server, this is tab 1. It says user Shobit, which is great for us. Now that I have a user and a message that I'm receiving, what I need to do is when I'm showing the message, I just need to tell that this message was by who or whom or who. So I need to start a span here after like this and actually I can commit a sin and create a br tag also, and a span, another span, plus 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 plus. In this span I can just give a class which is text italic, or actually why even span, I can just have an emphasis, right? And I can get a text italic from the emphasis, uh, and this is what then I can do: data.user by show width and if I open, let's say, localhost port 4000. Why did it Google search? This is why I hate Safari. It's not a Google search. फालतू है यार सफारी. Oh, because मैंने लोका होस्ट लिखा है. My bad. Safari is good. Yep. So now it says hello, whatever this guy's name is, and I can just go there and open this room, and I can just send, hey man, and it says, okay, you wanna talk? Let's talk. Huh? How do I open the developer tab in Safari? I can't. I don't think I can. I mean, I can try, but it's going to waste a lot of time, so I'm not going to try. Instead, what I'll do is build a proper input area where we can take that input from the user itself and show it. So I can be like form with URL goes to nowhere and do f. This actually needs to be alag f dot label enter message. This can be in the form group. This is, and I can be like input field text field, sorry, text field. Text field will be what, MSG, and with the class form control, then I don't even need this. I can just call this in a placeholder. And I can have an submit button with a send message and btn success. Something went wrong. What went wrong? The comma should not be there. Oops. Now before doing anything, let's just do some containering. Container row col 12 or col 6 and offset 3. Now this will look very bad on the phone, but it's okay. Yeah, and whenever I enter this message, I need to intercept that. So this will be message form. I need to intercept that message and extract that field and send that message input. Very good. Now if it should connect, what we need to do is document dot add event listener for submit, not document. It should not be document. I need to figure out this element first. This, where is it? Yeah, I need to find out. भेजता हूँ रुकना. I need to find out this form first. Get element by id. So msg form is equal to yvarlet. Now msg form dot add event listener. In case of the submit, what we need to do is event dot prevent default and event dot stop propagation or propagation. I don't remember exactly what is this, but this thing seems to be working. How do I know it's working? I don't know actually. I can have an alert over here, and yeah, this thing is working. So now I need to get the message input from message input. Now I can use this message input value, and I can be like chat dot send msg message input value, and I can set the message input value to nothing. Hey, oh, Mr. Loa. And as you can see, this is a smashing chat application right now. Now will it now there are like a bunch of things that we can do now. I can just go and add an HR tag over here so that we have some sort of differentiation like this. These are all the messages that are coming over here, and there you go. We have a chat application ready, but one thing that we didn't do is how to join an old room basically. So to do that, another thing that we will do is we'll go to this index thing, just copy this whole form, and I can be like join an existing room, and I can enter your name and room, enter the room code. One thing that I was not showing is the room code, so I can just show that now. Room code will be params id. Let's just make sure that that thing works. Param is not the correct word, it's params. I have the room code, so the room code shows, and we just need another form group. Enter your room name, enter your name, enter the room code, and so I can just be like Shobhit, and room code is something, but we need to handle this in the controller. So whenever we're creating, instead of redirecting to the room ID, so we just need to make sure that we have a room. What am I using there? Room. Okay. So if I have room in the params, I just use this. Otherwise I create a new room ID and then I redirect to that. So let's just do one thing. Will this redirect me to this? I'll call myself showbit2, create room, and I can like, and yep, it's working. So we have like a full-fledged application, a secret chat application working over here. What happens is you send a message, they directly receive, they send a message, you directly receive. uh, Nothing is stored, and you can have your any sort of private chats over here. uh, I just need to make this change quickly, and voila, we have like a basic application ready. One thing I didn't do was add anything to Git, so I'll just go and do it. Basic app ready, and I'll just go and create a new this thing on Heroku. I'll just deploy this on Heroku as well, so that we can have a chat right now. So Heroku, create a new chat, new app from console. So this is like the last part of this stream. So if you can just call a few of your friends, we can have this amazing chat over here. But where is it? Heroku apps create. Wow, I couldn't figure this out again, no? कहाँ देखूं? Heroku create example. So we can be like Heroku create FE chat. This will be on https fechat.herokuapp.com. Okay, we have this. Now can we git push Heroku master? I think we can. Is there something different that I need to do for what? For action cable, Heroku action cable. Do I need to do something different? I haven't deployed Heroku action cable to Heroku yet, so not sure if I need to do something different, but let's just see if there's anything. Redis, I think I need to set up Redis. Right now what I was doing was through non-Redis things, and that will take a little time, and already we are like way above time. So I think this is where I'll close the chat, close this application. I'll tweet out if I'm when I successfully basically create this, and thank you so much everyone for joining. Bye bye. Anything you want to talk about, please put in the chat. I'm reading again if there is something I've missed. Closing the stream. Okay.